We're ready to go, Chair Cerna. It's still 5:33. Would you like to call the meeting to order? You're on mute.
Am I okay now?
You are. Thank you.
Okay, great. Good evening, everybody. So let me call the meeting of January 13th of the Civil Service Commission to order. So the first order of business is the roll call.
So we'll do roll call. Donna, do you have a microphone, or would you like me to do it? Donna is going to take our roll call.
The record will show that Commissioner Watt will not be present tonight. Commissioner Cerna.
Here?
Commissioner Piccone.
He was here.
Okay, we can't hear you, Commissioner Piccone, so we'll come back, or at some point, if you can find us, let us know that you're present. Commissioner Lofstrom
Here.
and Commissioner Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, did you say?
Yes, I did.
I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. Chair Cerna, before you start the minutes tonight, there are 2 minutes to approve the minutes of August 12th and the minutes of December 9th. We do not have a quorum present tonight to approve the minutes of August 12th, so please just focus on the minutes for December 9th.
Okay. I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the commission meeting of December 9th, 2020.
Gutierrez moves to approve.
We have a motion by Commissioner Gutierrez. Do we have a second?
We would need Commissioner Piccone to second it. So let's see if he's on the line. Commissioner Piccone, are you on the line?
The last time I heard him, he was on the road.
Okay. Then Commissioner Cerna is going to recommend that we hold this because we don't have a quorum without Piccone tonight.
I'm just curious, Brandy, and I don't know if council is present. Can we continue the meeting without a quorum?
We have a quorum. We don't have a quorum for the minutes.
Gotcha. Okay. So we'll postpone this for a later time. Item C is the nomination and election of Civil Service Commission chairperson and vice chairperson for the 2020-21 year. I'll entertain a motion for the selection of the chairperson of the commission.
I know this is unusual, but I will self-nominate and move to be the chair.
Okay. All right. So we have a motion for.
Excuse me, this is Piccone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can hear Jesse. I can't hear Brandy at all.
Okay, Commissioner Piccone, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. You're breaking up a little bit, but I can hear you.
Okay, I'll do my best to speak very loudly and
That's
sit
better.
close. Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank
So-
you.
I'll move to second her motion to be chairperson.
Okay. So we
Ms.
have
Gutierrez.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to select Commissioner Lofton. Do I have that name correct?
Lofstrom, yes.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 And I will have Ms. Strange take a roll call vote since we're virtual.
I got
So
it.
the record.
Okay.
Dottie.
Okay, so this is to nominate Dottie Lostrom as chair. Commissioner Cerna,
Aye.
Commissioner Piccone,
Aye.
Commissioner Gutierrez,
Aye.
and Commissioner Lostrom, you nominated, so I'm assuming that's an aye from you as well.
Yes, you're right.
Thank
All right. Well, congratulations, Lofton.
Thank you.
So at this point, Randy, or do I turn over the virtual gavel to Chair Lofton, or should I continue with the vice chairperson?
I think we can continue with the vice chair.
Okay. All right. We'll entertain a motion for the nomination of the vice chairperson of the commission. If I may, I'll nominate Commissioner Piccone as vice chair.
I will second that.
So we have a motion and a second. We'll have Ms. Strange take the roll call vote.
Commissioner Cerna,
Aye.
Commissioner Piccone,
Aye.
Commissioner Lostrom,
Aye.
and Commissioner Gutierrez.
All right. So, congratulations, Vice Chairperson Piccone. All right. So that take care of item A, B, and C, or well, B and C. We can't come back to item A. Is that right, Brandy?
We cannot come back to item A, but we could come back to item B now that we have Commissioner Piccone on the line.
Okay.
Commissioner Piccone, you can still hear me, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the December 9th Civil Service Commission meeting.
Gutierrez, I made the motion to approve it previously, and I'll make it again.
And we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Piccone seconds.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, you want to read the roll call on it?
And
Yes.
just as a reminder, Commissioner Lostrom was not present at this meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioner Cerna,
Aye.
Commissioner Piccone,
Aye.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Motion is approved. So I think at this point, I can turn over the virtual gavel to Chairperson Lostrom. Is that correct?
Thank you, Chairperson Cerna. I was thinking you would complete the one today. Since it's your last day, it seems good to me, but I'm certainly willing to start right now if that's your preference.
I'm not sure if that's just in terms of protocol or policy, is that once we have the two officers, then those officers would assume the leadership of the meeting. So I can go either way, Ms. Chairperson Lostrom, whichever you would feel comfortable with.
Okay, well, if it starts January, that's all right. I can continue. I just felt kind of badly about it. So.
Okay.
But I am delighted to be able to move us to the next subject, which is recognition of Commissioner Jess Cerna.
Thank you, Chair Lostrom. So Commissioner Cerna, I know you asked us to keep this brief, and we will, but we do want to spend a few minutes recognizing you for the 4 years that you have spent here on the commission. We will be sending you I'm doing it the wrong way, the recognition from the Board of Supervisors for your contributions to the Civil Service Commission. So this reads, Certificate of Recognition presented to Jess Cerna in recognition of 4 years of service on the Civil Service Commission. Thank you for your exceptional contributions to San Joaquin County in the area of community service. Our current Chair Patty sign this for you. But really, since this was my first year having a civil service commission, I really appreciate your assistance and your guidance, and you will be missed on the commission. Is there anything you'd like to share with the team?
No, it's been my privilege and honor to serve on the commission. It's a bit ironic. I started my HR career there in the HR department for San Joaquin at the county there, and I was blessed to have a couple truly wonderful mentors. And at that time, the director of HR was a gentleman named Everett Stiles, and then at that time, the county council was a gentleman by the name of John Cheadle. And they took me under their wings, and good, bad, or indifferent, they helped create the HR professional that I am today. And it's been a privilege. I also want to thank staff there for your support and assistance, especially Kathy Harris. Kathy and I worked together for a few years back in the 80s and 90s, and so I wish all of you nothing but the best. And it's been my privilege, and I want to thank the other commissioners also for your service. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Cerna, as well.
Thank you.
That was Kathy speaking. Chair Lofstrom?
Thank you. And I know that if we were in an in-person meeting, we would all be more vocal in our congratulations. You shared your plans with me the last time we talked, and it sounds like you've got some exciting adventures ahead. And I appreciated the brief time that we were able to work together very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, yes. So, Ms. Hawkins, do you want to take us through the agenda until we get to the portion where we're going to be active again?
I will. So we are moving on to section number 2, reports of disciplinary action. There is no report out for tonight. Subsection B, dismissal, no report out. C, demotion, no report out. D, suspension, there is one. This is classification number RH5010 at San Joaquin General Hospital, and there is no appeal. Moving on to section 3, communications. We do not have any communications to report tonight. Section 4, old business. There is no business to report. Section 5, commissioners, we do have some items for you tonight. Under subsection A, this is section 5, new business, I apologize. Subsection A, amendment of class specification. Amy Brimmer, our classification analyst, is here tonight to present classification project number 20-014, Human Resources Division, and it's a request for the commission to consider amending the class specification of the Equal Employment Opportunity Program Manager. Ms. Brimmer?
Is my volume okay?
Can the commissioners hear Ms. Brimmer? I saw Dottie went like this.
Great.
So we're good.
Great. This evening, Commissioners, Human Resources is requesting this classification be updated, the EEO Program Manager, to better reflect the technical duties and related minimum qualifications as compared with similar county and other agency classifications. The class specification was last updated in 2013 and does need some updating to be in line with current job duties. Changes to the duties include clarifying the position's role in conducting and overseeing workplace investigations and reporting the findings of discrimination and harassment complaints. This is a significant part of the duties for this position. Also clarifying the data collection, analysis, and reporting of statistical information relating to the work of the EEO unit, coordinating and facilitating EEO-related training and process guidance, and collaborating with individuals and groups during the course of related work that may overlap or involve related HR matters. Moving on to the minimum qualifications. The proposed changes here are removing prior supervisory experience based on the limited supervision needs of staff and to mirror other similar classifications within the county human resources division with program level responsibility. Also reducing the amount of experience that can substitute for education based on the nature and type of work from a full substitution pattern to a minimum of 2 years. Finally, adding the requirement for incumbents to possess trust based on the need of the incumbent to drive a vehicle during the course of work. This provides a brief overview of the amendments to the Equal Employment Opportunity Program Manager classification study. Open for any questions.
The commission have any questions for Ms. Turner? I do think we have a few people. If you could just make sure you're on mute if you're not speaking. Thank you.
Does the main thing here is to reduce so that 2 years of college is all you would need to have, and then experience? Is that the main thing?
Well, the main purpose, and this is Brandy, Commissioner Gutierrez, is to update the job spec to be reflective of the job duties. When I took a look at it, it wasn't focused on the core duties that the minimum qualification changes are in alignment with other similar classifications in our human resources unit that didn't require that same level of experience.
This isn't a downgrade in the position, is it?
No.
Oh, okay. I see that he's got a lot of duties. Seems like a very complex job. There is an EEO officer in every department?
There's an EEO coordinator in every department. There's only one position allocated for this particular classification, and that resides in human resources that oversees the entire program.
Okay, and the others are what did you call them? EEO
coordinator.
Coordinators. So he works with the coordinators of all the departments. Correct. He doesn't supervise them.
No.
Okay. And this position, there's just 2.5 positions in this one.
In the unit.
Excuse me?
In the EEO unit, there are 2.5.
2.5, yes. Oh, and the other position, does he supervise the other position?
He supervises, or the position supervises, a lower level analyst and then half of a clerical support person.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Chair Lostrom,
Okay, thank you. And I appreciate your calling on me because of the mute, unmute. It's very helpful. So if there are no other questions or discussion on this issue, I'll entertain a motion to amend the classification specification for Equal Employment Opportunity Program Manager as recommended.
So move.
And is there a second?
Coney seconds.
we will have Ms. Strange take our roll call vote.
Okay, was that Commissioner Cerna that made the motion?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So Commissioner Lostrom
Aye. Yes.
and Commissioner Gutierrez.
Aye.
So, Chair Lostrom, we do not have anything under subsection B, adoption of class specification for the commission tonight. In subsection C, classification studies, we have 2. Both will be presented by Ms. Brimmer. The first is classification project 17-021 with the Human Services Agency. And the commission, before the commission tonight, is a reclassification of one position of senior office assistant to office assistant specialist. And Ms. Brimmer will present that.
Commissioners, I'll come to be succinct here. Agency submitted a request to study a senior office assistant performing work in support of the Children's Services Unit and to determine whether the incumbent is performing duties consistent with the current classification. You have a copy of the classification report, which describes the study process and findings. Based on a thorough analysis of data and information considered throughout the duration of the study, Human Resources has determined that while still clerical in nature, the preponderant duties assigned to this position are specialized in nature, and that the office assistant specialist classification is most consistent with the role the incumbent serves. Therefore, we are asking for you to reclassify this position from senior office assistant to office assistant specialist. We did share the study results with the department, incumbent, and SEIU unions prior to finalizing the report and placing it on this evening's agenda. I believe Deputy HSA Director Sam Cage is logged into this call should you have questions of the department. And I believe if the employee is participating, also welcome to make comments.
So at this point, do we have any comments from some prepared comments, or someone, one of the other people that was just mentioned want to continue on with the discussion, or should we just go to, otherwise we can just go to discussion? I think we could just go to discussion, and I think, Ms. Hopkins, are you agreed with that?
I agree with that. I haven't seen anybody else unmute, and if after you ask your questions, we need to seek clarification, we can do that.
Okay, great. I didn't want to cut someone off who had come prepared to speak. So at this point, then I'm opening it up for discussion for commissioners.
Lachlan, I have a quick question. I'm trying to see, and maybe it's embedded somewhere in the report. Who conducted the study?
That's a good question. Is this Commissioner Serna?
Yes.
Okay. So this is Amy again. The study was a collaborative effort. It was originally initiated under a personnel analyst who has left our organization, and I think it was paused for a time. I joined the county and picked up the study, and then also principal analyst Rachel Mavetsky was involved in moving it along as well.
So it wasn't conducted by, again, I'm not familiar with your structure there in terms of a decentralized kind of system, but was it also conducted by somebody within the department? Did they participate?
So the study itself involved collecting data from the position description questionnaire,
Right.
As well as interviewing the employee, and then any managers or supervisors involved with directing or having knowledge of the work the employee performs.
Again, my question is, I don't know if there are HR staff within the Human Services Agency. Do they have their own HR staff?
I believe they have one person assigned, and I do not, that person was not involved in this study.
So Chair Serna, their departmental personnel analyst, I don't believe does class and comp work. They're more specialized
Gotcha.
human resources.
Yeah, that was really the core of my question. Okay. I don't have any more questions.
Commissioner Gutierrez, do you have any questions? I see you unmuted.
No.
Chair Lostrom, I believe your commissioners have asked their questions.
Okay, thank you. So if there is no other discussion, I'm prepared to entertain a motion to reclassify the position of senior office assistant, one position, to office assistant specialist.
Piccone moves to approve.
And is there a second?
I'll second that. Jeff Serna will second that motion.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll turn it over to Ms. Strange for the roll call.
Thank you. Commissioner Lostrom
Aye.
and Commissioner Gutierrez,
Aye.
thank you.
Thank you. We do have another classification study for the commission tonight to consider. This is classification project 19-013, General Services Department, the Parks and Recreation Division. Ms. Brimmer.
This classification project generated from a 2019 request from the General Services Department to study the Accounting Technician 1 position in the Parks Division. This position reports to the Parks Administrator, who is the senior manager overseeing the entire division. The Parks Administrator then reports to the General Services Director. This classification study was conducted by CPS Human Resource Services with additional data collection and analysis performed by county HR staff. Accounting Technician 1 and 2 are used to provide countywide paraprofessional accounting services. Key points in addition to the project consultant's analysis of this particular position are factors of a broader scale that include consideration of the classifications at both levels, additional information collected from General Services Department leadership, precedents set by previous studies, and the role of this position as it relates to the general application and use of the accounting technician series throughout the county organization. Based on these factors mentioned above and information in the written communication for this item, Human Resources is recommending that the Civil Service Commission reclassify the study position to Accounting Technician 2. Per standard procedure, the cover letter and consultant report were provided to the department head, incumbent, and the appropriate union, which in this case is also SEIU. And this was, information was provided prior to placing on tonight's agenda. This concludes my overview of the study. In addition to myself and HR staff, we do have a representative from the General Services Department available for questions.
I see we have both Marcia and Judy on the line. Do you have a prepared statement or are you just available for questions? You can go, just show me your thumbs if you need to speak. You're good for questions? Okay. We're doing Hollywood Squares, Chair Lostrom. Sorry about that. I think you can go ahead and open it up to your commission when you're ready.
Thank you. So I will open it up for discussion. I do have a comment if no one else does. I want to say that I read through the report and I read through the reasons given carefully as we do, and I appreciate the openness of the HR department to look at the project and the duties as a whole, look at the individual, not just say this fits into this box. I thought this was a very thoughtful analysis, and I appreciate it. So it's not a question; it was just a reflection.
Your reflections very much appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does any of the other commissioners have any discussion or questions?
Looks like Commissioner Gutierrez and Commissioner Piccone are both muted. Do either of you have questions?
No.
Piccone has none.
Commissioner Cerna, I can see you, so.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
I have no question.
I will turn it back over to Chair Wostrom.
Okay, thank you. I do have one more comment, and I want to be clear that my comment is a general comment and does not apply to this particular position in this motion. Because I'm, you know, what I want, I'm worried about being clear. I just am wondering why, it seems to me that using an accounting technician specialist position, like similar to the one we were just talked about, would be ideal in this situation. However, this is too far gone. I'm not recommending it for this case. I just wanted to bring it up as something to consider in the future. That specialist position seems really to be really well suited for cases like this. Okay, so I think you followed my recommendation, and with that, I am going to move to entertain a motion to reclassify the position of accounting technician 1 to accounting technician 2 for these particular positions. So in case you didn't hear, because I know we do go in and out, so I opened up the floor for a motion.
That's just move to approve.
I think I heard Commissioner Piccone say move to approve.
Yes.
Thank you.
And do we have a second? So we're waiting for a second on the motion.
Commissioner Cerna, Commissioner Gutierrez, would you like to second the motion?
I'll second it. Mr. Jester.
Thank you. Take roll call now.
Commissioner Wostrom,
Aye.
Commissioner Gutierrez,
Aye.
thank you.
Chair Wostrom, are you fine if I move on to the agenda?
Yes.
Thank you. So subsection D, staff reports, we have nothing to report tonight. Subsection E, requests for appeal hearings. Rule 3, classifications, there are none. Rule 18, dismissal, suspension, demotion, or reduction in pay, there are none. Rule 19, violation of rules, request for none. Rule 20, termination, request for appeal, none. Section F, there are other requests, there are none. Section 6, set dates of appeal hearings, we do not have any for consideration tonight, which brings us to public comment. And as a reminder to those participating, public comments are limited to 250 words or less and may be submitted in email to sjccscpubliccomments@sjgov.org. So again, that's jcscpubliccomments@sjgov.org. Every effort will be made to read all of the comments received into the record, but some of the comments may not be read due to time limitations. Comments received after an agenda item will be made part of the official record on file with the Commission, if received prior to the end of the meeting. Ms. Strange, do we have any public comment for tonight?
There is no public comment.
We don't have any public comment. Our future meeting dates, so again, subsection A, the next Civil Service Commission meeting, currently it's set for Thursday. We have it listed as being in the administrative building at 44 North San Joaquin Street, room 146. And as we know more about our pandemic situation, we'll make a decision with the commission prior to that meeting about how to hold the meeting. Subsection B shows the additional commission dates for 2021, and we'll have that on file. Moving on to our next appeal hearing, we do have a classification project appeal hearing for this evening for the commission to hear. It is classification project 19-003 from the probation department, and it was for an accountant 3. So for the commissioners to understand, tonight we will start with the employee who filed the appeal, and then if there needs to be any clarification from the county, Ms. Brimmer is here who presented this to you, I think in the fall, I remember. So Deborah Mouffet is our employee. Ms. Mouffet, I believe you were on the line. If you can unmute yourself and provide any information you may want to submission. Deborah, are you on the line?
Am I unmuted now?
Oh, you are. Thank you so much.
I have a statement that a prepared statement that I'd like to offer.
The chair has agreed, so please go ahead and offer your statement.
Okay. The request for a classification study of the current accountant 3 position in the probation department was initially submitted to San Joaquin County Human Resources on March 22nd, 2018, and was resubmitted on March 12th, 2019, during the preparation of the probation department's 2019-20 county budget. Nearly 3 years later, the reclassification to accounting manager has been denied, and that decision appealed, which is why I find myself here this evening. In the 3 years since the study was first requested, circumstances have changed, both within the probation department and in the discharge of my duties and responsibilities. The department head who requested the reclassification has since retired from county service, and the management analyst 3, who was my direct supervisor at the time the study was requested, transferred to another county department. Upon the management analyst transfer, which was effective January 31st, 2020, I was tasked with the preparation of the probation department's 2020-21 county budget totaling $84.5 million with 357 allocated positions. I had no assistance other than the general oversight by the current chief probation officer and the incoming successor, who was appointed to the position by the Superior Court effective March 30th, 2020. I worked direct with our CAO budget analyst to complete this budget and balance it to net county costs. Toward the end of the preparation cycle, there were many changes and revisions to initial budget estimates in order to complete a finished product that was acceptable to the county administrator's office. None of this could have been accomplished without my depth of knowledge, level of skill and experience, and determination to work the project to completion. My involvement in budget preparation and administration is no longer temporary or intermittent and has reached the point where it far exceeds the level expected within the job specification of an accountant 3. In fact, it exceeds the level expected of an accounting manager, whose participation in the budget process is described as assistance, not full responsibility for budget preparation. I am now expected to prepare the 21-22 budget submission as part of a 2-person team in coordination with the current management analyst 3. We will prepare the budget under general administrative guidance from the chief probation officer with programmatic input from the assistant chief probation officer, deputy chiefs, and assistant deputy chiefs. The management analyst and I will subsequently work together to monitor and administer current and future budgets. We will make recommendations to shift funding or utilize outside funding sources whenever necessary to address areas of budgetary shortfall, acquisition of fixed assets, capital improvements, and costs associated with the implementation of new programs that result from legislative mandates, all to keep the department's overall budget within the constraints of allocated net county costs. In addition, There are numerous funding sources outside the parameters of net county costs that need to be monitored, most notably the administration of the county's substantial local community corrections AB 109-2011 realignment fund, which in itself counts for 39% of the probation department's overall budget. I am already performing all aspects of the higher level position of accounting manager with the exception of direct supervision of unit staff. Because of this and the significant changes I have presented here, I respectfully request the Commission reconsider the acceptance of the initial classification study results and grant the reclassification to accounting manager. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Ms. Hopkins, do you have to provide points?
The department, I believe, is on the line, and Ms. Brimmer is here if there are any questions from the commission. The commission has the study in front of them and the classification appeal request form. May I ask who the department's rep is?
We have Deputy Probation Chief Mike Martinez, as well as Management Analyst 3, Immediate Supervisor to Ms. Maffei, Kelly Delapondo.
Mr. Martinez, is there anything you would like to share with the commission?
Yeah, I would like to share that Ms. Maffei was instrumental in preparing the budgets over the last 3 or 4 years that I can remember. She collaborated directly with the Chief Probation Officer, and during that time, her direct supervisor position, the Management Analyst 3, was either vacant or newly assigned, which is the case this year as well for the 21-22 budget. We have a newly assigned Management Analyst 3 who's the supervisor of Ms. Maffei. Ms. Maffei was compensated with overtime for her performance, assisting the chief with budget preparation, and she is correct that she has a wealth of knowledge about our different cost centers and how our budget works. So that's all I would like to offer at this point.
Thank you, Ms. Chair Wostrom.
Okay, thank you for both those statements. We're now open for discussion or additional questions from the commissioners.
Cody has some questions.
Please go ahead.
Ms. Maffei, what is her current classification?
Miss Accountant 3.
And when she was working and doing these assignments over the last year or two, was she getting out of class pay?
Not last year, no.
And the position that she's requesting to be now is a manager position, is that correct?
It's accounting manager, yes.
And has she applied for that position?
Commissioner Capone, the incumbent answering your questions. I thank you for wanting Ms. Brimmer to answer your question.
I don't care who answers, as long as they're right. Okay.
Well, we may have to validate. I'm sure they're correct. I just don't know the answers myself.
Okay. So did Ms. Maffei have the opportunity to apply for the accounting manager position that she's requesting to become?
They don't have that allocation. The department has a management analyst classification 3. Management analyst 3 is the classification.
Okay. I see. Thank you. Is it correct that Ms. Maffei does not manage anybody, does not supervise any individuals?
That's correct currently.
Okay, and the position of account manager is mostly that purpose, to manage people and supervise?
I'm going to let Ms. Brimmer describe what a management analyst 3 does for you, Commissioner Capone.
Sure. And yes, to round out one of the first questions you had, this is Amy Brimmer again, regarding the opportunity to apply for the management level position assigned to this unit. Yes, Ms. Maffei did have an opportunity to apply. The Management Analyst 3 is a working level administrative manager. So think of it as a liaison between the executive staff and the the accounting staff. So a mid-manager.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate the information.
You're welcome.
Are there any other questions or discussion from the commissioners?
I have a question. This is Jeff Cerna. Is there a reason why in the report you included the accounting 3 job spec? You did not include the accounting manager job description.
Commissioner Cerna, there is no reason why those would not be there. The initial report did include that was brought to you August of this year. I do not have a reason why that would not be attached. I believe I referenced that it would be.
Commissioner Stern, I think that was just an oversight when we went to print.
Okay. It's just a little difficult in order to determine the appropriate classification when we don't have the spec in front of us here. It does have a description of the characteristics, but it doesn't have the actual job specification. So my other question is, where's the department with respect to the appeal? Do they support the appeal or do they support HR staff recommendation?
This is Brandy, when this was initially presented, the department supported HR's recommendation, and I'll have Mr. Martinez confirm or explain if that position has changed.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, when the classification study was presented, the department supported HR's position. The department did not challenge HR's position that the classification remained accountant 3. And at this point, the department does not challenge the HR's decision.
You say at this point. Is there a reason? Maybe it's just semantics, but is there a reason why you say at this point?
Because no reason, just semantics.
Okay. And is this position represented?
Yes, it is.
And why isn't SEIU involved in this appeal?
We would need the incumbent to confirm if she requested their participation.
I'd be interested in knowing why SEIU isn't involved in the appeal.
This is Deborah. I'm no longer a member of the union.
You personally?
Yeah, no, personally, I resigned from the union.
So you don't have a close shop there? You're not required to be part of the union?
No,
Chair,
no.
Cerna, the rules changed a few years ago under Janice versus AFSCME.
Okay, is that because of Janice? That was my next question. Is this a Janice opt-out?
They're not they're not a closed shop.
Gotcha.
The initial study was sent to SEIU prior to you as the commission approving it.
Gotcha. And one last question. In the distinguishing characteristic of an accounting manager, is one of those distinguishing characteristics the supervision of staff?
That is correct. In fact, that is the primary and your distinguishing characteristic. The level and type and scope of work that is performed by the accounting manager is equivalent to that performed by the accountant 3 per the classification specification. The distribution of work within the work unit itself may reflect different, but it's the classifications that are compared to each other to perform the analysis.
I'm sorry, one last question. Is there currently a management analyst assigned to the department?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any more questions.
Okay, thank you. I'll echo some of the general intent of the questions we've just heard as far as the primary focus of the account manager being on supervision. It's clear that the incumbent is doing a yeoman's amount of work and is, clearly a linchpin for the organization. But as we're always cautioned, that is individual. We at the position, and without the supervision, then I think that makes it challenging to move forward with this position is what I'm thinking. But that's my opinion before the vote. At this point, if there's no more discussion, I'll pause for a second. Okay, then I will entertain a motion for, I'm not quite as sure how to say this on the appeal hearing. I could use some help here.
I think the
Or not.
motion is to deny the appeal.
Okay, thank you. Was looking for a more neutral way to say it, but okay. So do I hear a motion to deny the appeal for this classification within the probation department?
Bocconi moved to deny the appeal.
And is there a second?
I'll second it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Vote.
Okay, Commissioner Lostrom
Aye.
and Commissioner Gutierrez.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. I would like to confirm that Mr. Ornelas is on the line.
Here.
Thank you. As we adjourn to closed session, I wanted to make sure you were still on the line. Chair Lostrom, are you finding it acceptable for me to go ahead and call us to closed session?
Yes, please.
Thank you. We are going to now move to closed session. Well, let me read it and then we'll shut everything down. Under California Government Code Section 54957, we have one consideration of a fitness for duty for the Sheriff's Office. Our ISP department is going to move everybody who does not need to be into closed session to an alternate room. We will report back at the end of the meeting. Should each have a packet that's sealed that has the relevant materials for tonight's discussion. We have Commissioner Lostrom, Cerna, Bocconi. I'm not sure who whichever telephone number is 209 with the last four digits, or last two digits of 14, identify yourself, please.
That's probably Mark Ornelas.
Perfect, thank you. Yes, that's,
To what?
Say the employee's name.
Oh, thank you. I think I would have, so I appreciate that. Okay, thank you.
Joe, we are back on the record.
Thank you, Ms. Hopkins. So the motion has been granted, and we can now adjourn.
Thank you very
And
much.
thank you all.
Thank you, Dottie. Good job.
Just for clarification purpose, we're supposed to send this paperwork back to you on Alatorre?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
This one? Oh.